Hi, Jeremy.
Hi.
So it looks like we're doing a sleep study on you today. Could you tell me a little bit about what brought you in, what inspired you to come get the study?
Yeah, so I've been sleeping fine, like falling asleep and sleeping through the night, but when I wake up, I just don't feel rested at all.
Okay. So you're sleeping how many hours would you say?
Probably 7 to 8.
7 to 8 hours. And when are you going to bed typically? Do you have a set schedule?
Around midnight.
Midnight. And waking up then around 8-ish?
7 or 8, yeah.
7 or 8. Do you feel a difference between those 7-hour nights and the 8-hour nights, or is it just kind of all the same?
It's kind of all the same.
Any changes to your diet lately?
No.
Okay. Any changes to lifestyle activity? So this is increased activity or decreased activity, physical activity?
No.
Okay. Any health events? So this would be things like accidents, falls, illnesses, things that would really be change to your body.
No.
Okay. And anything else that might be different? Any excess stress levels that have changed? Or, and I'm not talking about day-to-day fluctuation of, oh, I have a lot to do today. I'm talking about, major life events, loss of a loved one, increased stress, like a big life events. You're planning a wedding, you're going on a moving, things like that.
Maybe a little bit more stress than usual, but nothing too unusual.
Okay. So you're not making any major life changes?
No.
Okay. And lastly, it doesn't look like you've had any history of like autoimmune issues, like random fevers or aches or pains. You have a couple of joint issues, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Has that gotten any worse? Like, do you feel like maybe the pain is keeping you up at night?
No, I don't think so.
You feel like you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you dream? Do you remember your dreams often?
Not often, no.
Not often, okay. And do you ever wake up in a sweat or feeling warm?
No, not really.
Obviously, if you're sleeping in a hot room, that's not what I mean. So I guess that's not happening. All right. So I'm going to do a quick assessment of your vitals. You can just relax. I want you to try and start to get comfortable because we are going to get you into sleep mode. I do want to track your actual sleep, but for right now, I will just run through my list. Whenever somebody's sleep or feeling of energy changes, we just like to make sure there's nothing else going on with the system. So I'm taking your temperature in a few places here. This is also going to give us a good indication of the blood flow. Behind the ear. Okay. Push your hair to the side. There we go. 9, 8, 7. And just look at the top of the head too. Alright. So temperature variations are normal, within normal limits. I'm gonna look at the neck. I'm looking for any pulsations. There are several things that can cause interruptions to our sleep, and I'm ruling them all out. Keep your eyes closed. I'm going to be shining a light in and around your face. I'll feel the head. Just tell me if anything hurts. So any swollen lymph nodes can be an indication of something viral, something that's giving an immune response in your system. That can wear us down and make us feel more tired. So we want to rule out that that's occurring. And I don't feel anything that I shouldn't. So post-auricular, preauricular, non-palpable. Going to be looking into your eyes, so I do need you to open your eyes for this. It is going to be slightly uncomfortable. I do apologize. I'll try to be quick. Okay, that's fine. You can close them again. Could you please open your mouth for me and say ah? Okay. I'm feeling for any issues with the jaw. And look inside your ears and your nose. Let's start with this ear. Just have you tilt your head slightly. Thank you. There's some wax occlusion in that ear, but looks like I can still visualize the tympanic membrane. And just tilt your head again. Thank you. Normal wax. Look up the nose now. Just stay where you are. There's quite a bit of swelling inside the nasal passage. Do you get stuffy noses a lot or feel like it's a little hard to breathe inside the nose?
Yeah.
Okay. Feeling. It's not a true deviated septum, but you do have a bit of a curve in the cartilage of the nose. Can you breathe in for me? Okay, and breathe in. So yeah, pretty occluded there. And you're not experiencing any cold-like symptoms, correct?
No.
Okay. I am going to listen to your heart and your lungs. Just breathe normally for me, please. I'm going to come underneath here. It's going to be a little cold. I want you to take a deep breath. And out. Deep breath. And out. And one more here. Okay. Okay. Lung sounds were clear, so that wasn't an issue that I could perceive with my stethoscope, and there was no murmurs or palpitations in the heart. So, I'll take a few notes here. So we did have that occlusion of the nostrils. The left side was worse than the right. I also noticed just a little bit of dryness in the mouth. Lips are slightly chafed, which indicates you may breathe with your mouth open at night. Is that accurate? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I am going to place a few monitor items on you. So the first one here is a pulse oximeter, and I'm going to be placing it on your right finger, or left finger, I'm sorry, and just relax there. Yes, have that down for me if you don't mind. We'll get the pulse and oxygen while you're awake and alert. So pulse is 71, which is great. And oxygen is 98, which is also great. I'm going to place on some gloves to insert monitors. So they're just going to feel like a pair of headphones, essentially. They're going to go into your ears, and they're going to be monitoring your heart rate and your breath rate, and basically all the things that might increase or change during your sleep cycle. So they'll tell me when you're going to be in REM, when you're in a state of sort of restful sleep or not restful sleep. And it's kind of very similar if you have like a watch might tell you the same information, but this just gets us a little bit more detailed information. So. I'll clean them off for you. We'll keep the pulse oximeter on as well. Plug this into my machine here. I'll get that in your ears first. Turn your head. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
The other side. Is that okay there?
Mm-hmm.
Switch you up here with the monitoring system. Technology has really streamlined this process, which is great. So Jeremy, I'm going to dim the lights. You have our weighted option that you chose. You chose our 13-pound heated weight.
Yeah.
So, okay. Put that into sleep mode. The light doesn't disturb you. I'm going to be closing these blinds and turning off the light on that side of the room. Alright, Jeremy, I'm going to let you get into a mode of sleep. We'll also play a little white noise through these headphones while they track your vitals, and I will come in and out of the room when you hit different cycles and just take some measurements and look at some of these results. I'm going to track at least 2 of your natural sleep REM cycles and just checking your vitals at that time, but I'll try not to disturb you, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, I'll be back and when I get the notification that you've entered the cycle. If there's anything else you need to relax and take a nap, let me know, but the weight works really, really well, so people find that to be very comfortable. All right, Jeremy, I'm going to slowly start bringing up the lights in the room. I'm going to remove these. Okay. How was your snooze?
It was really nice.
Okay, good. I'll remove this as well. So, we tracked you for about 3 hours. In that time, you did complete 2 cycles. I can see a couple things happening. So your heart rate does elevate at times, and those times tend to coincide with when your oxygen levels drops. We also noticed on the recording that during those times of those dropped oxygen levels, you were switching from nose breathing to mouth breathing. You were sometimes experiencing symptoms of not quite sleep apnea, but let's call it like a pre-apnea, where your body is not getting the oxygen it needs because it's kind of jumping between trying to breathe through the nose, your nose is clogged, you're sort of suffocating, and then your mouth will open and take over. This is really common. We see this in a lot of people, especially with such narrow nares like you have with slight deviation of the septum. What I want to try is I'm going to be placing a couple of magnetic strips onto each side of the nose, as well as a band that will artificially open up the nares. This brand is called Intake, and I have found a lot of success. People have had a lot of success with this, with opening up their nasal cavities, allowing more oxygen to flow in, and allowing better sleep to occur. Are you willing to try that today?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get that and we'll put that on. We'll see how you feel initially, if it increases your oxygen levels, and then you'll take it home, sleep with it, and report back kind of how you feel, okay?
Okay.
All right, let me go grab that. Okay, so we have the intake here. This is a great alternative for people who also are not that interested in mouth tape. Mouth tape has gained some popularity, but it can also kind of feel a little restrictive. And instead of closing off one of your orifices, this is opening one up, which I think people are finding is a lot more comfortable. So this is a fresh pack. So I'll show you here. So each of these, one goes on each side of your nose. There's a little magnetic piece, and then the band, which will test out which size band works best for you, will pull that apart as you place it down. So we'll place one on either side of the nose. And this is the same adhesive, like a band-aid, so it's not going to bother your skin. You'll be able to play around with exactly what feels right as far as where it's placed. You're going to be the best at knowing that, but for now we'll just kind of plunk them on and you'll get the general feeling of the openness. You can adjust them as needed. So there are 4 different bands here of different sizes. You are definitely a bit of a smaller nose, so let's start with the smallest. See if that's effective for you. You can kind of see it already pulls out.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel? That actually looks like a really good fit for you.
Yeah, feels fine.
Feels fine. Okay. Do you feel like it opened up your nasal passages? I want you to take a couple deep breaths in and out.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'm gonna examine. Oh yeah. So there's still quite a bit of swelling on the inside of the nose. I'm gonna give you just a topical steroid to try and get some of that down. But you do now have clear passageways. So, like, if you keep your mouth closed, I want you to try and breathe in and out a few times. Let's say 3 times, just with your nose. And I'm going to watch your chest rise and fall. And how do you feel as far as, are you able to then catch your breath afterwards, or do you still feel a little low on oxygen?
No, I feel fine.
You feel fine. Okay, I'm going to place this one more time on the left side. Index finger. Okay, and oxygen's up to 99 now, which is even a little better than it was. So I am going to send you home with an oximeter and have you download this app on your phone. We'll send you home with a watch, kind of similar to the headphones, a little less sophisticated, that will monitor your sleep. I want to see how your oxygen levels are changing using this intake breathing band, and we can go from there. But I think that is a big contributor to why you're not feeling rested, because you're kind of waking yourself up in these micro moments all night long. Like your interrupted sleep is only 20 minutes at a time.
Gotcha.
So you're waking up, waking up, waking up, waking up. You're not getting really through the cycles in any meaningful way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll leave this on for now. You can adjust, send you with the pack here. So it comes with all these different ones. You can adjust them on your own, okay? Do you have
Okay.
any questions for me, Jeremy?
No, not right now.
All right, well, the weight does seem comfortable right now, so yeah, when he decides to be done, then you can get up and head out.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.